Buenos dias, or good evening, or good morning. This, I'm sure you know, is a ball. And I'm getting ready to show you how to make this ball. It's foam. It's made out of foam paper. And this is our foam paper. Some of it anyway. And I have a few sheets. I'm going to try yellow and brown. I'm going to try yellow and brown. Cut that yellow and brown. And what I'm going to do is, the way I made that ball, I'm going to clip each side. And what I'm doing, how I'm clipping mine is I'm going to cut each corner. I mean, not each side, but each corner. Well, it's about the same difference, but you know. But okay. Now, what you can do, if you're not that very good at, which I'm sure you really are, if you're not that very good at cutting, you know, just automatic cutting and measuring, you can just measure the end of your corner with the other piece that you cut off, and that will give you the same edge all the way around on four corners, on each four corners. Okay, so I'm cutting around. This is going to give me one edge of my ball, and I'm going to take these few down, and this is going to give me my other edge. All I'm working with today is these foam sheets. I'm sorry, not form, but foam. These you can buy at Walmart for no more than $2-3 at a pack, and you can get the big pack if you want to. Scissors and a little bit of glue, because I glued because I wanted the stitches to stay. And these will be sewn, well, stitched rather, by hand. They'll be stitched by hand. Some people, I'm sorry, people, they call it sewing, but I'd rather call it stitching. And it's not, you know, it's professional, but not really professional, because, you know, people did it, you know, long time ago. Okay, I've cut all my sides. This is my leftover paper, and my leftover foam. This we can use again, and we can use that also for what's inside here is just leftover yarn material. It's soft. I use the yarn material because the yarn is soft, and I want my ball to be, you know, because this is for my little nephew. I'm making this for my nephew, but I also made it because I wanted to show you what I'm doing. Okay, I've already, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna put a brown and yellow one on one side, and I'm gonna stitch it all the way around, and it's gonna come out. I'm gonna stitch it, and I'm gonna leave an opening just like that, and then I'm going to take this other side and measure it up to that and stitch all the way around the same thing, and I'm going to leave the open. There's still going to be an opening, but the opening is going to be a little bit bigger, and I'm going to put this, measure this, and I'm going to stitch all the way around the same thing. It's just repetition all the way around. So I'm saying that to get to this, and I just lost my, I'm going to thread up. I'm using yarn to stitch my ball, because yarn is it's really soft. It's a lot soft, and okay, I want you to be able to hear me. I just had to turn the music down a little bit. Okay, so I'm just threading up my yarn, and That doesn't seem to want to go in. It went in all day today when I was doing this. By the way, I did that today. That was my first ball. Thank God for his amazing gifts. Okay, this just does not want to work. Hey, just be patient with me. Just be patient. No wonder. Wrong end of the needle. Jeez. Sorry about that, guys. I have excuse me, low blood sometimes, and that at times that affects my well, all the time that affects my eyes. Well, the only thing they do is just get blurry, you know, and as long as I keep taking my iron tablets, you know, I'm fine. I'm pretty good to go. Okay, what I was telling you about the sewing and the stitching, I did the same thing. I put the black against the yellow and I stitched it. Again, the yellow against the black against the yellow and the yellow against the black, and I stitched it. Okay, and remember about the opening I told you I was leaving? This is my opening. So I'm going to finish. Now this,
you know, anytime we get a chance to talk to Lady Gaga. For the first time, it's a name. Look, you know what? That was Gaga's reaction at both of them. Garland wore a similar dress in the 1954 version.
I'm sorry about that. But now this, what happened is my needle came out of my thread, so I'm gonna have to tie this to continue it. I'm gonna add this on and tie. That way our ball can be secure. So, as you know, I had a boy. I mean, that was, which means that's more than anything. A boy means a rough little guy. He wasn't really rough, not in so many ways. He was just really active, real hyper. So I'm gonna have to tie this, and when he gets hold to stuff, you know, it has to be durable. You know, that's what I mean by boy. Everything that he holds or plays with has to be really durable. Okay, so I'm stitching my sides just like I showed you earlier. And this is the last one. I thought black and yellow would be pretty because it reminds me more like of a bee. You know, like a bumblebee or a springtime bee or something like that. And guys, just like I said, this is what I'm doing. It's the same. I'm doing it the same way. You can see some of my glue. It's showing a little bit. It still has to harden, and when it hardens, it's going to be real durable for that little guy. And you know, this is a homemade ball. You know, this is what I do. I come up with stuff. You know, as I said, my mind doesn't ever stop working. You know, especially when it comes to creating and stuff like that. There's always something, and that's how I was able to do my son and my nephew's birthday party. Every year came around, my sister and I, we stayed on the phone every day just to make sure everything was right. We gave them. We had one year we had a Transformers party. One year we had a it was a theme party, but it was Transformers. And then we had a Pirates of the Caribbean, and each one was so amazing. We had a Mickey Mouse party, we had a garden party, a Scooby-Doo party, because my little nephew used to, he really loved Scooby-Doo, you know, but, you know, they were kids. I'm pretty sure Scooby-Doo right about now is on his back burner, because Scooby-Doo's, I'm pretty sure, is the same age, but my little nephew is 20 something, and he's taller than me. I'm not gonna grow anymore. Which I'm glad about that. I don't mind being short. That way, if I can't reach anything, I can just always make my friend reach it for me. So that'll just keep him busy, you know. Okay, I'm almost done. I'm to the end. Just make sure your each side is. They don't have to be perfect, but to make sure they're that way. When the needle goes in, you know, the yarn, it will have enough. You know what I'm saying? Well, in case you don't, I know what I'm saying, but it just won't come out. I just can't find the words. I'm sorry. Sometimes it's like that. You just want to be able to catch up every stitch with the yarn, just like that. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm pretty sure, you know, mine isn't that perfect. I'm just gonna okay, I'm gonna square this off, and then I'm gonna cut it, because I'm gonna leave, like I did with the rest of them, I'm gonna leave a little tail. Okay, so now we're gonna have to turn this inside out. Hopefully I can do this with a tail. Just have to be really, really gentle. We're gonna turn up stitch. If one pop, it's okay. I have a sticker on here. I gotta place that on there. Okay, we're just gonna. So that's my sticker. I'm gonna take this off right now, and I'm hoping I can make this ball for my little niece. Black and blue, I think it's more like a boy color, and we just have to take our time and just bring it on out. And so you go in with both hands and just fluff out the edge that we sewn. See, this is why I use the blue right here. Oh gosh, this one is torn. Okay. So I can fix that. So what I'm going to do, even if it rips like this, what I'm going to do is repair it. And hopefully it shouldn't be too hard. Excuse me. I'm going to tie this end off to make sure my stitches are well secured, and I'm going to bring in my the yarn together, and I'm going to try and repair what just ripped. And this part I'm going to use with a little bit more extra glue because of the rip. All I'm doing is repairing the rip, that's all. So I want it to look like, you know, it's I want it to look sort of store-bought, You know, if I can use that term, like, you know, like it just came out of the store. But I also want it to look kind of, you know, kind of professional, like. And, you know, like it came from, you know, homemade, which, you know, which it did. It's not really homemade because I'm not at home, but okay. I'm just repairing my torn stitch. This is, you can just, this is all you have to do. It's not even, this is not even that hard. The foam, as I said, it doesn't even cost that much. And the yarn, you can buy everything at Walmart. Needles, yarn, sticks, tablets, undergarments. No, we're not talking about undergarments. But all of these materials, the materials that I have using this, you can find at Walmart. Okay, I'm almost at the end of my rip. And I use yellow because the foam is yellow. Okay. And I'm going to make one last stitch. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go up a piece, and I'm going to go right back in, and I'm going to go up where I began. Then I'm going to tie this. You don't have to do this, but I'm just doing this just to, you know, secure my ball. And as I said, I have some yarn. Okay, I'm not gonna rip. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna tear this. Okay, here, just like this one, the little piece right here. This is covering this piece on here, so I'm gonna have to cut out a round piece here to put right here. Okay, so what color would you like? What color do you think I should use? White. Let's see if white would look nice. Awesome. Yes. Okay, so all I'm gonna do to make my two, if you can measure out the area of the hole, then you can cut. If you cut a bigger piece, that'll be fine. The bigger piece, it'll cover the area. It'll cover this a lot better. So what I'm going to do is, I just estimated the hole in my mind. So I'm going to need 2. And when I fold this, what you can do is fold it in half and place it over here. And yeah, I think that'll be better. It's big enough, wide enough. So I'm just going to clip it in, and I have one piece for this end and one side for that end. See, just like this. It's going to go just like that. Okay, I'm just going to stitch one side, and then I'm going to put my stuffing in. But first, before we stitch, what we're going to need to do is clip each side, just like we did for the ball, but not as a arc or what do you call those things? We're just going to make a circle. I'm just going to clip it like a circle. That's all. Okay, and here we go. Well, kind of like a circle. So octagon, something like that. This will do. It's going to look like this. Okay, so I'm going to start my stitching. And all you do is go around and around. Around and around. Now the white piece has to come over. It has to overlap that the opening. Well, the edge of the opening. It has to overlap that. That way it can stay a lot better. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. I'm overlapping the edge of my opening with the circle or octagon. And maybe you can tell it'll be an octagon, and maybe you can't. But I'm sure you can see what I'm doing. Give you a better view. Okay, I'm just stitching all the way around. This it shouldn't even take that long. I'm still overlapping. Can you see? I'm overlapping my edge. I'm way over. The opening is right here, and I'm like half an inch down. And that's where I'm stitching, like a half an inch down. And it's going to be like this with the whole entire ball. I hope she loves this. I think she's going to be so excited. Can you see there's my stitches? Can you see it? There's my stitches. Okay, I'm going to continue. I just wanted to show you so you can see what I'm doing. So when you make your ball, you don't have to hesitate about what I did next. You can always review the video. Continue going around and around. And remember, this end is going to be my bottom because I'm going to have to stuff it with the yarn. And as I said, I use yarn because that's soft. You can use cotton or any soft material that you have, any cotton or anything soft, stuffed pillow, stuff that they stuff the pillows with, fabric or whatever you call that stuff. Some of it looks like cotton, so I can't call the name of it, but it's not really cotton. But it's really, really soft, and you can wash it, but it just fluffs right back up, just like new. I have a black pillow that's made out of that. Of course, when you lay on it, it goes flat. Okay, I'm still overlapping, and I'm almost done. I'm just going around and around. And as I said, I'm gluing my stitches. Excuse me. I'm gluing my stitches because I want them to last. I want them to stay. And so, my niece, she's so sweet. Little Leah. She loves to hoop. Cause I had a beach ball and I took him a beach ball. Excuse me, a beach ball, and that was just like the grandest little thing. She hooped it up in the air, and that's what kids do. Okay, I'm gonna have to stick my hand inside in order to in order to finish this. I'm gonna have to scrunch it down, but you'll see what I'm doing as soon as I get done. Just have to crunch this down a little bit. Basically, I'm just flattening the ball. And this is my first time doing this with you guys. This is my first time, and I'm so glad that you're here to watch me do my first ball. Well, that was my first ball. This is my first. Well, this is my second ball, but it's my first time trying this, doing this. The idea just came. It just came like a blessing out of the sky. Okay, what I'm gonna have to do is some of my stitches are coming loose because okay, what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna start with the stitching and I'm gonna feel it, because when I feel it, it'll make it more better. It'll make it much more better for me to a lot better for me to stitch the top and the bottom. I'm gonna feel my ball now. Okay. Now, as I said, you can reuse your scraps. And that's what I'm doing. I'm reusing my scraps mixed with, because these are very, the material, the foam material is so much soft. I have scraps everywhere. There's so much soft. You know, the little ones, big ones. Everything is going in the ball. Nothing is left. And this is what I've been telling you about my yarn scraps. And my ball just ripped again. I'm gonna have to stitch again. Oh, this one just. Maybe it's the material. Cause I didn't have this trouble with the blue ball. I think there was like a piece of iron. I just went around and it was just durable. Okay, I'm hoping my I'm hoping this. There's so much scraps. I'm hoping this will cover this. It will cover part of it. I'm still just going to have to stitch, which is fine. Because, as I said, I want to make this durable. That way she can have it for a long time and she can play with it. She can toss it and turn it and flip it and try to play basketball with it a few times. You know, basketball, racquetball, you know, stuff like that. In other words, she can have a lot of fun with it. That's just all I'm saying. Okay. The yarn is really soft. That's why I like using yarn for my stuffing, for my items. As I was saying, I used to make rugs and mats, and this is just the material that was left over from my mats. I just stopped making because they aggravate my sinuses so bad. Okay, but here we go. This is such an amazing project, and you know, you can do this with your kid. You can do it. You can surprise them, and you know, I'm telling you, they'll be so. Here it is. Except for this piece, I have to re-stitch again, just like I did the one down here. But this is gonna be about. I'm gonna stuff a little bit more in. In fact, I think I'm gonna use the whole thing. lot of times I keep my scraps if I don't use them within maybe a month or a year, then I just throw them away. You know, so I don't want to be, you know, like you know, a pack rat or anything. And it's so easy to accumulate so much stuff, you know, and I get ideas on top of ideas, and then some ideas just keeps coming and keep coming. Okay, here we go. This is what I was talking about. Okay, I already stuffed my ball, so it's doable. And now I'm gonna finish stitching. See, it's more easier. It's a lot sturdy or steady. It's a lot, yes, more steady, sturdy. Okay, I can complete our but I can complete my niece's bottom of her ball. Because as long as I was just sticking my hand in the, maybe it was the material, but I never, the blue and black one didn't do this. But I think it was just the fact that I was, you know, by me sticking my hand in the inside and reopening the opening, it just made it a lot open. Okay, so now I'm done. As you can see, now I'm done. I stitched the whole area around. So what I'm gonna do, what I like to do, is come back in around the stitch edges and just stitch just like this, and just to make sure it's secure. That's all. And then you can clip without any. You can clip without any trouble. And when she plays with it, this yarn won't come apart because it came from all the way over here. But I just stitched it, and I double back and stitched it, and I came back around, so I got a good clean cut. There we go. Okay, and now I'm gonna have to repair this. This I'm not sure if I want to. I'll just go ahead and use that. I don't want it to look awful. I want it to look just as pretty as she is. Okay, so I'm going to take my end where I'm repairing the ball, and I'm just going to stick it in with the rest of the stuffing material, and I'm going to start repairing the ball. Just be careful with your yarn. Make sure it goes in like smooth, like, because this is foam, and it really is soft. So soft. Okay, I think we have enough stitched together. Oh, that doesn't look too bad. I think we have enough stitched together. I can add my my white piece. Not quite. I'm just gonna go in and do a few more stitches, a little further up. Because because I really don't want it to come apart, but at the same time I'm going to use the glue to make sure it's sealed really good. Okay. And as I said before, I like to take my needle and thread and just go back in and come back up. Okay, so now I can use my I can put on my white piece. Well, my top. Excuse me for saying that. I can put my top piece on. No matter if it's blue, black, or white, or... Okay. And now we're just going to stitch away until there's a knot, and... Okay, here we go. There's a knot somewhere in my thread. In my yarn, I'm sorry. Yeah, here. I don't want it to tear. I'm going to clip it off because I don't want it to tear up the foam. The foam. I'm sorry. I don't know why I keep saying foam. Okay. I'm going to stitch this around and around just like I did the other piece. Just going to go around and around. This is one of the biggest needles, and it's not really sharp, but which is kind of good, but it's best because of the yarn. The yarn is thick, and because of that, it has a bigger head. So that's why I said earlier when I was threading it, well, when I was yarning the needle, I didn't see how I could miss that. I had the needle upside down, but things happen though, Okay. You can make whatever color ball you want, or whatever your kid likes. You can put their name on it. This one, remember the sticker I had? This one I had. That's what I had on there. I think it says Girls Rule, something like that. Yeah. I put that on especially for her. Now, of course, it really don't want to stay now. But if it doesn't, I have some more. You can put you can even make your own little animalistic or cartoon like things and put them on and stick them on here, or you can glue them on. I want that one for her. I'm just going to glue that one back on. It's unstickable now because I had to turn the ball inside out. Okay, I'm just going to continue going around and around. This makes it a little bit harder, but yet at the same time it's sturdy, and I can hold it up enough to let you see what I'm doing and see how I'm doing mine. That way when you do yours, you can tell me all about how amazing and how beautiful and awesome your ball came out, and how much your little kids or nieces and nephews loved it. I always say stuff from the heart is more special than stuff out of the store. Now you can spend $1,000 on something. I'm pretty sure it'll mean a lot, but I think stuff that comes from the heart means a whole lot more, because that person took the time to just think about you and just make that. So I always say that. To me, that's That's a lot special. Okay, my yarn is coming to an end, and I'm going to take the end of this and leave it, and I'm going to get another piece because I still have to finish this. If you'll be patient with me, I'm going to have the needle upside down. I just don't want to act right now. This is yarn, so it's not going to be, it's not hard when you using it, especially not with a bigger needle. It's not hard at all, but it's more because it's so fluffy and everything. It's you're just gonna have to just be patient and when when yarning up the needle. This is my piece that's left over. I'm gonna have to tie that because, as I said, I do want this little ball to be nice and sturdy for my little niece when she tosses it and turns it and hoops it. I'm gonna tie it at least 3 times, and then so it won't be seen, I'm going to take it and stick it inside up under the flap that I'm stitching. Okay, I just stuck that up inside that way, so you won't even see the part that I just tied on. You can't even see that. I stuck it inside, and then I'm going to restitch. I'm going to go back and stitch over that area once more to make sure that yarn does stay there. And then I'm just going to continue. These are one of the easiest crafts. I wouldn't say crafts. Job, but not job. I'm still figuring out the wrong words. Can't find the word that I want to say. Now it's it can be a little thick on the stitch line. Just as I said, just have a lot of patience, and I promise you it'll work out, and I promise you will get a ball for your niece or a nephew or even your kid. And moms, if you're trying this, you can do this with your kid, and I know they'll have so much fun. I used to love to help my mama in the kitchen, like when she was baking cakes, especially on Sundays. Sundays seemed so special back then. You know, when you're a little kid and you really don't know anything. And she would always ask me to butter the pans, and I would just jump to do it because I love the way the kitchen smelled when she was baking on holidays and on Sundays. She would always call me to butter the pan. I would always hear her voice calling me, and I would just come running. Okay, I'm almost done. Almost done. And this is our top. That was the bottom. Remember, because I had to put the yarn in, and this is our top. Man, your kid can play toss ball. They can roly-poly, as we used to call it when we were kids, roly-poly. They can throw the ball, toss the ball to one another, and stuff like that. But I wouldn't prefer batting it. That wouldn't be a good idea. Because, you know, when that bat hit it, everything's gonna, you know, fall out of it. Almost like it's gonna just, you know, bring up everything. It's one hit and then woof. Okay, I'm almost done. I love when I get new ideas. It's so exciting. Every time, you know, when I said earlier, my sister and I, her name's me and Carolyn, we used to stay on the phone because our kids they weren't the same age, but they weren't too far apart, and I would always have a new idea each time because I wanted their birthdays to be special, and I always made it, I don't know, kind of like sort of like a carnival thing or something. Sometimes they would paint, they would make stuff, they would design t-shirts. I mean, they just did all kinds of stuff. Like treasure hunting. They did treasure hunting during the I want to say Johnny Depp theme, Pirates of the Caribbean theme. They did treasure hunt there. For the Transformers theme, they did painting and stuff like that. But it was real nice, and I loved making them happy. I just loved seeing the smile on their face. It was just so amazing. Just to see a smile upon their little face. Okay, now I'm done. I'm just going around. That's all. Just trying to close up you know, this is fine. Just close up one more gap. Awesome. Okay, now I'm just going to take my needle and I'm going to go back so I can make my stitches secure. I'm just going to go back where I just came from, and I'm going to go around. I don't have to, but this, as I said, this, and then I'm coming back around. This will make my stitches more secure. And these should get dirty. You know, you can take a wet rag with just a tiny bit of bleach and just wipe it off. There we go. There's our ball. There's my little niece ball. Guys, I thank you so much for joining me, and once again, you have a blessed